Hello, we're back.
Hello.
Hi, Sophie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I've come into this room this evening. It's been the first time I've been in here for ever so long time. There was dirty old beer bottles, empty glasses that probably had Prosecco in them.
What, have people come to yours and just left them there? That can't possibly be yours,
Can't be
surely.
me. I'm a queen. It doesn't happen. So yeah, we're back. I don't really know how this is playing out. I've just tried looking on the standard Club F.O.D page to see if we're live, and we are live on the F.O.D normal TV page. So we are relying on your comments to let us know if you're there. It would help if I actually opened up the comments screen, wouldn't it? Comments and reactions. So we can bring those in. So please do that. Do you know what? I'm playing around. It's been such a long time since I've used this studio. And Sophie, you're looking beautiful as always.
Thank you very much. I was trying to look at about 600 different screens, trying to figure out whether things are working or not, and trying to keep an eye on everything. But thank you.
We're getting messages coming through. Chris Wilde saying hi. Hi, Chris Wilde. Let me put that on the screen, Sophie. Look, that's how we do it. Oh, it goes across my nose and beard. Let me just move that. I'm pretty. I want to be pretty. So hi, Chris. Thank you for joining in. Alex is back again as well. Hi, Alex. Good to see you. Look, there's two of us. So last night you had to do. I can't speak. You had to put up with me with Wake's World, which was. It was different, I would say, Sophie. Do you think?
It was very interesting. Let's put it this way. We all had a laugh, but I'm not sure whether that was at your expense because it was quite funny.
Didn't have a clue what to do or what to say for half an hour. Ginger Laurie's watching on YouTube, and who's that? Mark Young is also. Always got a picture, Mark Young. Actually, we got pictures back on the stream. It's been that long since we've been up here. So, for those of you who may have been joining us for the first time, this is SaturGAY. Before the intermission between lockdowns, we were a quiz night. We're not going to be doing a quiz of such this evening. We have got entertainment and games. We'll work out how that's going to work. Because we are having our very own quiz night starting a week Monday. Gordy is going to be doing that for us, who was doing the Blargrave quiz. So thank you, Gordy, for getting involved. So we had to think about how we are doing things different. So Sophie, explain what you're doing right now.
Making a complete mess of everything. I think that's probably the best thing that's trying to do. Right. So the idea is that I'm supposed to be, because we were going to be doing a kind of like a co-presenting thing ourselves anyway, but then we got grounded again. So we're not allowed out. So we thought, right, we'll try and do it kind of remotely because I can't be there in the studio with you. Have I got to look the other way?
I did the wrong way around just now as well. So we are using a new system. At some point, we're in the same room. We're trying to be actually morning.
I know. I can't afford the green screen because I'm buying too many other bits and pieces. So the plan was that I was going to be keeping an eye on all of the chat and things, but I can't get the chat working on my laptop, so that's not very good. And you're also going to use the Facebook rooms. You're going to come in and you're going to connect into the Facebook rooms. There is a Facebook room which has been started, and I'm going to try somehow, by the magic of technology, I'm going to be connecting into it as well here. We're not actually going to be streaming your images from there into the live stream because obviously we want to make sure that we've got safe spaces for everybody, but we're trying to also figure out how we can possibly, fingers crossed, with the magic of technology, we might be able to bring some of your voices, provided you behave yourselves, into the chat and have a chat with us at the same time that we're actually kind of going live and what have you. So it's all the things that could possibly go wrong at any time, all to go wrong together. So I think, yes. But we're also open to suggestions as well as to kind of various different things that we could do. So this is our first attempt, first Saturday in, and let's see how we get on. Let's see what happens.
You're right, Sophie. Things could go terribly wrong. And I tend to find when we've done this since March, on and off, things normally do. But we rely on your comments and your chatter and your gossip for what takes place, because at the end of the day, the stars of this show are you. So let me explain the setup here. So, because you're going to see our heads going everywhere, and we know that Halloween was last week and we're not doing The Exorcist. So here I have all your comments and your conversations, and I'll bring them onto the screen, and things like that. I actually have Sophie down here on the floor. It sounds so wrong as I say it. She's blushing. But just because hosting it like this, we need to see each other. The way it's set up is Sophie can see me quite clearly on one screen. I don't have that luxury, so I've got her on the floor under a camera, which is, well, it doesn't sound the most politest things I've ever said, but there we go. How are you feeling about the election results, Sophie?
Well, I'm not feeling very good about being by your feet. I'm not even gonna call you Your Majesty or anything. That's my pronoun. You're not having that one. Well, I think it's all kind of done and dusted, but we shall have the screaming orange monster screaming for a little bit more. I think where apparently. I think the whole kind of ridiculousness of it was that in some states you're saying you need to stop counting because you're counting too many of theirs. And then in other states, he was saying, no, I want you to carry on counting because there's not quite enough of ours. So, yeah, but apparently to kind of savor the news as to what was happening, he decided to go and have a game of golf. So I think that was a great big strop off onto a big field, basically. So... Yes. Yeah, but I think it's fantastic.
Easy,
and well, they're saying that there's only 5 presidents in the history of things that hasn't conceded. So he's not going to be the first. I don't particularly think that he's going to because, well, yeah, a lot of people know my views about him, but there we go. So yeah, I think it's the time has come for change. And that time is now. So fingers crossed, let's do all the things that he needs to do. Otherwise, he could turn out to be just as dick as Trump was, but you never know.
Alex is letting us know. BBC has let us know that Biden has already won. You're right, Alex. Yeah. I think Sky News and NBC announced it first. I think I'm so proud to know an awful lot of Americans, to be predominantly leather men who are Americans, and I know from looking at social media before we came on how happy and elated they are. Not just because we've got rid of an idiot that was running the show in one of the worst pandemics ever, but we've also got the opportunity now to go back to the LGBT plus rights that we had that he was taking away. So I know Biden and I've forgotten her name. She's stupid.
Harris.
Yes, Harris. I've forgotten her first name. They are so much for the gay rights, LGBT plus rights. So hopefully they'll be resolved very quickly. So it's so nice to see all those celebrations on the TV just now in all the big major cities. Obviously, we can't join you because we are not allowed outside our front door unless it's an essential journey or an eye test. Mark's just put a comment out there. He wonders if he was winning his golf match, referring to Donald Trump there. I believe he walked off smiling the last I checked. I've been watching the news as we come through. Brendan's just corrected me. He told me, can I start using the word Biden, not Bidden? Apparently I pronounced it wrong.
Is it forbidden?
Forbidden.
Is it a forbidden word then?
Oh, you're being witty. And I have to concentrate with easy names to make sure I'm hearing. Usually I haven't got to worry about hearing voices.
Brendan, it's already going over here. Okay.
I'm not the cleverest person in the world. But you'll want me when I get qualified as a lawyer. Good luck to you if you do. Look, and Brendan reminded me last night that people forgot I was Mr. Leather UK. So I put this on for Brendan this evening, my medallion from International Leather in Chicago. So that's just for you, Brendan, because I know you told me everyone keeps forgetting. And for any of those kinksters out there, look, I got a lovely T-shirt on, a Bert and Ernie. So, people, we rely on your conversation for this show to unwind. So please, what are your thoughts about the election? I know that I do have some Trump supporters on my Facebook, and we are all entitled to our own opinions. So no one's going to judge here. You know, we went through that big debate with Brexit, didn't we? Remainers and Brexiteers and that sort of thing. It was quite a horrible time. Sophie, how are we doing with that room? Did that open?
The room is open, and I know that there were a couple of people that were jumping in and out. At the moment, the room is empty, so it's a bit cold and lonely in there. If you'd like to come and join me, go and find the room, and then we'll figure out all the craziness as to how we can connect that up with everything else. So, yeah.
So Joshua's just said, how can we forget that I was Miss Levy UK? Well, most people do, darling, I'm afraid. It's, I'll be prized into that coffin begging for that sash. So just to recap what Sophie said there, we do have a Facebook room. Now, you can only do them in groups. You can't do them on pages. Now, if you are watching from the normal or the standard Club F.O.D page,
So,
I can hear voices.
Joshua's just said, how can we forget that I was Miss Levy UK?
Is that the news?
Carry on. No, Lawrence. The news is Lawrence is in the room. Hello, Lawrence. And then I need to just... There we go. So I think Lawrence...
I thought I was Derek Okora. That was last week at the blog. I can hear all those voices. So yes, so if you go onto the Club F.O.D charity page, which is just facebook.com/Club F.O.D, you've got a groups tab, and there's a tab, one of the groups is called Cafe Club. No, Cafe F.O.D. You join that. I've got my iPad, so I can let you in. And there's a room open for engagement with Sophie, and she'll feedback what you lot are saying, and with permission, she will actually bring your audio, anything you want to say there. So we're trying to be a bit more live, which probably we should have waited for a couple of weeks for a bit of practice. So it could be all a disaster. So how's your week been in lockdown so far, Sophie?
Well, it's kind of like a usual kind of week, apart from just not having to go out on like Thursday, Friday. We went out on Wednesday. I can't do that turn and face you. I'm just going to talk to everybody else. So Wednesday, I think it wasn't that we were having like a big blowout or something, but I went out a couple of nights just to because I knew it was the last kind of chance, and because I do a lot of things with music as well. There was a kind of big COVID safe and secure open mic at the Butler on Wednesday as a kind of like a last kind of farewell. So it was so nice kind of seeing everybody there and hearing everybody play. But the downside of that was it felt like it was a Friday night, because it normally happens on a Friday night. So I had the kind of the joys of then having to go to work on Thursday and Friday again, when I thought the week had finished and what have you. But I work from home. I work in IT, believe it or not, and I don't know how I can't get any of the equipment to work.
So
but we will sort it out. So I've just been really, really busy with work. So it was nice when we were able to go out, because that could give me a break from being in front of the computer all the time. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of I've been looking forward to this weekend, because I've had another incredibly hard week at work. And just nice to have just a few days kind of break, ready for another onslaught next week.
So I'm not ignoring you, Sophie. I just realised that. Well, I'm deaf. It's a disability, darling. I realised that for some reason, the cross-referencing thing that happens between pages, for some reason, our charity page isn't sharing our F.O.D TV page. So there's something that didn't work last night, and I thought I fixed it. Didn't work today, so I had to share it on that page so people can find it. And of course, I think I'm got the stream coming on my personal profile as well. So if you are commenting on my personal profile, I think some comments seem to come through, some don't. But what should happen, we got a little bot, love saying that word, that takes all the messages across YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Periscope, and whatever happens there. So I'm looking at the comments, Sophie, to see what's happening. Nothing. quite
I know.
simply.
I've got everything set up there. Let's see if we can bring Lawrence in for a chat. Lawrence is in that little room. Give us a wave, Lawrence. I know that no one else can see you apart from me and those that are in the room, which is just me. Hey, Lawrence. How are you? Can you hear us, Lawrence? I don't know whether Lawrence.
We probably should try this out, but
I know
it's probably
right,
something to do with the audio routing.
Okay, well, I can't hear Lawrence at all. Mind you, he's not even speaking, so he probably can't hear me, and he's gone. Oh well. So if you want to try and get into the room, and then we can see if we can have a little chat. But we'll see how that works. Or you can leave some comments and things and whatever. If you've got any questions for us, then please do type them away, and we will do our best to answer them.
Yes. It's going to be. It will be one of those nights because this is new to us. We had to rush back into some type of sanity to get this all put together quickly for you. Because Chris is just asking, how do we join the room? Chris, if you go to our normal Facebook page,
there's
which is Cafe F.O.D. It's on the groups tab on the standard Club F.O.D page. Enter the room or accept. I'm there to let you in as a doorkeeper, gatekeeper, as a top, I don't know. And yes, that's how we can let you in. So, what else has been happening this week? So we've all been locked down. We're on day 3, I believe, Sophie. It's already rolling into 1 at the moment.
I know. It just feels like one big day, doesn't it, at the moment?
It does. I haven't even put my rubbish bins away. Such a menial thing, but you do get told off if you don't around here. And then I realised when I looked out the window earlier and had a cigarette, the bin had been stolen.
Oh.
Yes. So if anyone spots a wheelie bin with a rainbow 21 on it, there are more than one gay men on Kennet Island, but I'm the one who's proud and out. All the others are married to women.
Does everyone normally put their age on their bins? I thought you're supposed to put house numbers on the bins.
My IQ number. So hopefully, Chris, that explained how to join the room. So to recap, we have this Facebook room. We know people are entering. We don't know if people are hearing Sophie at the moment.
No, I think I figured that bit out. I think that was me.
Oh, okay.
There's no one in there's no one in the room at the moment. I think I upset Lawrence because he's gone, but I'm sure that other people can come in and join in the room as well.
And that's our interactive bit. It's a bit like, remember Most Haunted? Remember, are you old enough to remember Most? Of course you are.
We had this. How many times have we had this conversation about who's the eldest?
But Most Haunted used to have this little hub on their lives. Oh, let's go over to the Bull Doctor, who should have more sanity by doing the show, and ask him to tell us what people at home are seeing and saying. That's almost like what we're doing. So please don't start levitating, Sophie.
Oh no, I can't do that. I have enough difficulty trying to get flipping mouse to work on the other computer. All right, let's do it this way.
I remember to plug mine in. What else has happened this week? So obviously, I say lockdown day 3. I think I'm on day 3 lockdown, probably takeaway number 5. I think that's where I'm up to at the moment. I'm really going for it to increase my size. I'm going to be a bear. Ooh.
I can hear you now, yes.
Oh,
but I can't hear the live stream.
I was just talking to Lawrence.
Is that Lawrence?
No, I thought I'd muted myself so that you couldn't hear me. Did that not work then?
No, I couldn't hear you, but now I can hear Lawrence.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to go to another computer so I can
hear Lawrence though.
All right, so this, ladies and gentlemen, I hope is how it works.
Let me do sign language.
So Lawrence, you can hear me as well, can you?
Device settings. Let's have a look.
I have no idea what that was.
I don't know. Right. Okay, I was still trying to work on the connection. So apparently, I can see Lawrence. I can't hear Lawrence, but then
I could
Jamie
hear Lawrence.
can't.
deaf.
Jamie can't see Lawrence, but can hear. So that's just the wonders of technology.
So what's the
Right,
bit that's missing?
I think it's me having some common sense. So just bear with me.
You've been asking me to do that. We are bringing the FOD uncles out a little later on. We like to let them have their alcohol. Oh, Chris is letting us know we could hear Lawrence. So it's not just me. We haven't passed over and I started hearing you, Lawrence, or so. So we could hear, I think, Chris is just trying to work out how to join the room. This is live. This is what happens in a live show.
You should be able to copy the link and paste it into the chat, but because I can't get into the chat on my other computer, I've only got it on my iPad, I can't paste the link.
Oh, Mark Young's just letting us know they could hear Lawrence, and it was a lot louder than both of us.
Okay. All right, then, Mark, join in the room.
I'm turning my mic up. So let me just do this. You talk to the people at home. Martin Holmes has typed search FOD TV. No, don't search FOD TV. That's not it. I got to work out how to put the chat on. Oh, I know what I'll do. Sophie, entertain them.
How? But that's okay. Right. Ask me a question. So anybody on there, because I know there's a good few of us that are on there, and I still can't get the things to it. I think it's because I'm overloading all the audio inputs and what have you on the Mac and trying to do some clever kind of trickery and what have you, whilst we're trying to sort out all the things. We said that, this is a kind of slightly unprepared, but it's trying to figure out how the things that we were going to do like in the studio together, that we obviously can't now because we're all in different kind of houses, and trying to find a way that we can kind of connect everybody together to try and figure out how we can still have the conversations. We're trying to drive kind of you into the chat room so that when we have our conversations on Wednesday, we've got a good kind of few people that are coming there, and it's just as an alternative as to what we would normally do. The chat room so that when we have put yourself on mute, Jamie, because I can just hear my horrible voice.
There's a lot of messages on my personal profile, Sophie. I didn't realise. Lawrence says she keeps reminding me of Miss 11. These messages should actually pop into the chat, but they haven't. Lawrence is saying he's been trying. Andrew said YOLO. I've got no idea. Is that like a Rolo or a Polo? What's a YOLO? No idea.
I don't know.
Mark Abercrombie says I can hear all of you. He's probably wishing he wished he couldn't. Lawrence has shared the link already. I've shared something, but I don't think it was what I was meant to share.
Oh yeah, that happens too many times in conversations. So Lawrence is back in the room, and I still can't hear Lawrence at all. But I know I can feed your audio into the audio feed that's going into Jamie's from mine.
Chris into the Cafe FOD room as well.
So maybe.
Sorry, Sophie.
I was going to say maybe Lawrence and Chris can have a nice little conversation together whilst we're having the chat.
Now, David Lane has asked for your Beyonce joke.
Oh, okay. So I was telling a friend of mine the other day that I've got this like secret kind of crush on Beyonce, and she says, "Well, yeah, whatever floats your boat." And I said, "No, that's buoyancy." The hesitation on getting the applause together was just as funny as the joke itself.
There you go, James.
So there we go.
It's a kind of joke. And don't forget, as always, as we're not at the blah blah or blah every Saturday, bucket shaking, etc., and coming around in credit card machines and that sort of thing. You can make a donation, as always, to feed our fund of diversity. Sophie, do me a favour, point in the air. There we go. She's pointing at the graph on the screen. Fundability currently stands at £1,341. And obviously we would love to build on that. And all you have to do is visit www.SaturGAY.co.uk and make a donation. It will come up on the screen. I notice our alerts aren't working again.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so we are... Have I got them on? That's a point. Yes, I have. Alert boxes there. It's technical stuff. So because we've got so many new things happening, some things are working, some things aren't. Oh, here we go. Mark Young said I got all the way to the group and then it asked me to sign in. Maybe I should join Facebook sometime. Yes, Mark, I believe you should. I believe you're the only one of your generation that probably isn't. And you're pretty young. Am I right in thinking, Mark, your mum has Facebook? I'm sure you remember you telling me once. But don't forget, a couple of years ago, you did get a smartphone. So you are catching up with the rest of us. But Facebook is a miracle in this day and age. I'm trying not to burp so loudly, Sophie, so I do apologise.
Right, I'm going to try an experiment. Sorry to interrupt you. So we should be able to hear the room. Hello, room.
Hello, room.
Hello, how are you doing? So I know I can hear you. So does that mean that you can hear as well, Jamie and everybody else?
Hello.
No, I can just hear you, Sophie, at the moment.
No, you're probably only going to be able to hear me.
That'll get us taken off Facebook.
Yeah. We can hear you.
David, switch your music off in the background. We'll come back to that. David's got to switch the music off in the background.
When we put music on here on SaturGAY or any other show we do, we usually get a legal threat from Universal. As we did for every SaturGAY show before lockdown. You know what, Sophie, I still can't believe we're back in lockdown again. It is shameful.
I still think it's the right thing to do. Despite everything that a lot of people kind of say, that we've got to try and it's killing too many people. It's making too many ill. It's also killing quite a lot of businesses, and it's also so there's lots of kind of different things and what have you. But there comes a point where we've got to make sure that we can survive. We've got to make sure that we're on top of this. There's different strains of it coming out in different places and things, which we know that these things kind of mutate. And if it does the trick, I mean, that's the thing that everyone's kind of waiting for. If we come back on the 2nd of December and everything automatically reopens again, but then it's not having any kind of impact, then we're going to question, right, well, what's the right thing to do? Because clearly then this isn't. And I think we're just kind of hoping that somewhere between the scientists and the politicians that someone actually knows what they're doing and this is actually going to make a difference.
So I was just seeing so see if I can get you on the screen. I pressed the wrong button.
Okay.
Yeah. I just remind everyone for clarity, I'm not Cagney and this isn't Lacey. Although I think we should do that one week.
Is that a quiz show? Who's not which detectives?
Chris, I will just send you the link to the room in your personal messenger thingy. Hopefully I just copied and pasted it in the right place. We should probably set up a page. There we go. I've just sent that over to you. Oh no, that's not. Oh, it is, yeah. Probably a group on the FOD TV page, actually, for the chat. Thinking about it. Darren, I noticed I've had a few missed calls on Messenger. I obviously had it on silent, like a good boy. So we didn't have that. So I do apologise. I wasn't ignoring you. Not that I haven't seen you for a very, very long time.
Jazz hands. I waving to everybody in the room. Don't forget, I can see the room. You can't.
I thought we were going to go back to doing puppets again.
No, your puppets were hilarious.
I am a world famous ventriloquist.
This cup of beer does a better impression of your Kermit puppet than you did.
I still can't do it. I've been practicing. But now my beard and my moustache is growing. I want to be a Papa Bear. I will be able to disguise my mouth moving. All worked out.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. If that's what works for you, then that's good.
And for people at home, I don't know if you noticed, look, I've got new pictures up. Obviously, we kept Blenheim up there because he's always going to be in my life. We've got Queen Sophie and Queen Beast, or whatever it was this week. So we'll keep updating those as we go along. What else has happened in the news? The Hope tap. Did you see that, Sophie?
No.
Oh, I got gossip. Well, first of all, someone sent it to me on Twitter yesterday. Oh, you're in.
Is that the one? Is that the one on the corner? And oh no, that's the Weatherspoons. They're not Weatherspoons, right? Okay.
Yes. So someone sent me a video from Twitter saying, "We live in Reading. You got to look at this." And I thought, I don't know what I'm looking at. I really couldn't work out. I thought, oh, it's one of those videos where someone jumps up and goes boo or something like that. So I was just glancing, so I didn't notice it. Then I saw everyone talking about it on Facebook. I'm like, what? And it's two people having, find a nice word, making a bed of roses in the booth at the back. And it was in the Sun newspaper.
Okay.
Yes. So
well,
if you're making a bed of roses, make sure you've closed the curtains in this lockdown.
Okay, is that instead of doing it in the toilets, which is what's happened occasionally at various places, no names of any specific places in mind.
Well, no, you can't do that at all anymore if you're a gay man. You can't have sex indoors.
Well, I don't think it's just limited to gay men. I think it's just everyone's not allowed to have sex. I don't think there's a particular part of the law that says, you gay men, stop it. I don't think it's doing that at all.
Well, I don't know. It means also the law states you can't.
I've got a lot of practice. I've not been having sex for years, so it's fine.
Oh, but you get you a medal. But think of it this way: STD free.
Yes, well, this is true. This is true.
So, or we can. I don't know.
I'm not quite sure how to take that. It's fine that you've not been getting it. At least you don't have anything disgusting down there growing. That's the plus side.
I was about to go out on a tangent, and I thought, no, don't. No.
That'll teach you.
I was meant to mute myself, but I hit the wrong thing.
Teach you taking the mickey out of my bits.
It's not COVID. I've just increased my smoking capacity. Yes,
it's all those dodgy cigarettes. Though,
it's not dodgy. Look, we're currently in the EU, as far as I can tell. Yeah.
No. I wasn't referring to that. It just means that anything outside of the UK is significantly higher in their nicotine and tar concentrates.
Oh, no wonder I've gone a bit full steam ahead with me smoking lately. I have them all locked up in a safe from the company I'm buying them from. That come in 2 days. It's really good. Story of my life.
They're locked up because you're the only one there, and you want to keep them safe from you.
Well, you never know. People might burgle you. So, David Kane has got a message. Let me read it. So I have you on YouTube on my phone with Home Zoom. Comment on the Facebook video of this and the messenger room in a separate minute, but can't put mic on until Kylie's private concert finishes on my telly for Ryan.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I forgot that was tonight. That was the one. It's like tonight, and for the one night only, Kylie is doing a special online live stream where you have to pay, and it's only valid for today. You can't just watch it again later, which is a bit of a shame, but that's on YouTube. But don't go changing over. This is clearly far more exciting than watching Kylie. I did actually. She played the same gig as me a couple of years ago. That's one of my little claim to fame. She was not the Butler. Brighton Pride. She headlined. So I played, and then she just kept everyone kind of warm after that, which was quite nice. It's kind of like, it's not like a support act. She's kind of like a post me playing support act, just keeping everyone going, which I thought was quite nice of
Keep
her.
the energy
Really
going, I would assume.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah. So that was
David's
quite cool.
saying yes, he did. Yes, he did. I can't remember what I asked for that to even come up now. Sorry, David. My brain is very forgetful. So, Brendan has gone for a cigarette. So we have got...
I can see he's in the room smoking. He's in the smoking room.
Oh, you'll be able to let me know when he... You can let me know when he goes back up. So we've got the FOD Uncles. We've got a game. I will explain that in a moment, but we need the FOD Uncles to get back to their studio. We're all international now. We're going.
I know, and we've got our virtual studio in the kind of guest room with the Facebook room that we're not quite sure how it flipping works. But we've got David's in there, and the FOD Uncles are in there. Chris was there, and I think it was having a lovely little chat with Lawrence, which was really nice. But they've moved on, so maybe get some more people in the room as well. Again, if you've got any questions or things that you want to... Chris is back in the room again. Hello, Chris. And I think it must be weird kind of just watching one half of the conversation and then 10 seconds later hearing Jamie's bit. Chris is nodding to say, yeah, okay. So we see if we can bring them into the room, and let's try, and we're going to be able to hear them any minute now. Hello.
Hello.
How are we all doing?
I'm good. We're good. We're just
So
sat here drinking wine
Can you hear me?
and eating chocolate.
That sounds like a great idea. I've got my chocolates in the fridge, which is too far away.
I've already eaten a giant bar of dairy milk, like half bits.
Oh my god! Wow, that's fantastic. No, I've got.
How are we going to put on a stone in lockdown? I'm sure.
It's only 4 weeks. I mean, that's going to be going some though, isn't it?
I'm good. Yes.
We're good.
Yes.
Oh, so you've got so where you've got the audio on to hear what we were saying before. Now that we're chatting to you, all we can hear is the repeat and what have you. So have you got any questions or things?
Hang on. Let me turn the audio off.
That's okay. Have you got any questions you'd like to ask us and Jamie? Anything you want to discuss whilst we've got you kind of virtually in from the room?
Are you doing this every week?
We are hoping to do this every week, isn't that right, Jamie?
Yes, I'm not sure if the room can hear me apart from on the screen. The aim is to have SaturGAY back on every Saturday until we're released.
So the aim is to have every Saturday until we release. So I've got to try and figure out now how I'm going to get the audio from Jamie back into the room. So I managed to get it so at least I can hear you as well as squeezing it through. So it's trying to use all the Macs are not very good for routing audio, but I've got a piece of software that kind of magically does all of that. So anyway, thank you so much for joining in the room. Hope you're having a good conversation. We've got David in there. We've got the FOD Uncles in there as well. I think they're back from their cigarette. I can see a super green screen behind them. That looks quite cool. All right, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Hand back to Jamie in the studio. So thank you in the room.
I like your background, by the way. I like the fancy style background.
Oh, cool! All the stuff on behind me. Yes, absolutely
very cool.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Right, let's go back to.
Well, I don't know if Chris can't hear me, can he, Sophie? But if you tell Chris that Don is watching in virtual reality.
Oh, okay. So apparently, Dom is watching in VR, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but there we go. But that's really cool. So I think the uncles are back in the room. I can see with my special camera, and they've just switched off from that camera, so I think they're almost ready for you.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't be smoking, but I did think I'd put Sophie on the screen solo. I forgot to press the button. So it's very unprofessional, and I do apologise. You wouldn't get Graham Norton doing this in the BBC studios. So we have a concept, an idea, because we know people like seeing drunk people on TV. And we couldn't let the things happen without the FOD squad having the FOD uncles in the room. So we have a new game. Oh no, I've got to tell them. Brendan and Martin, I've sent you a link. It's easier than texting this. Click the link now. So I'll wait for them to go in the chat room. In the room we've set up. We've got all this technical stuff that we've never used before. To play a new game where we're going to challenge Brendan and Martin off against each other every week. This may go absolutely pear-shaped. We know what people are like on Captain Morgan's and Spice Rum and everything. We know what I'm like on Prosecco. So even though me and Sophie have had this idea, actually we found it about an hour ago. It may or may not work. So I'm waiting for them to go into the green room. Yes, we have a green room. So Sophie, are you still connecting and doing things there? Or
I know, I'm just
things
bringing up
working now?
yeah, well, you carry on. You're trying to get them into the room. You're
I'm waiting for them to appear. So,
okay, then.
Excuse me.
Too many things.
Yeah, so every week we're going to try and pit Brendan and Martin off against each other. Usually they're together as a team, but we don't like that. We want to conquer and divide. We're going to split them up and challenge them against each other. Now, both were outside. Both, I believe, have returned to, let's call it their studio, for want of a better word. Sophie, you can see that in the chat room, I'm assuming?
They're not on the chat room because it's a different room entirely.
Okay, so Brendan and Martin, we're waiting for you to press that button to appear because we're running out of things to do or things to talk about. But my skin's looking flawless under these lights. I must go out with these big lights on me all the time. It's my face still looks a bit chunky, but it's something I'll have to live with for flawless skin, I believe. Maybe I was born with it. Maybe I wasn't. Is the rubbish I have on an empty stomach with beer.
Oh,
I can't text people deliberately on camera to say get in the room. Now, Darren has just sent a message through. Hi, Darren. He's cooking dinner, so he can't join in the chat room at the moment. He's got a question for everyone at home, so please think of this question, your answer. What are people watching on Netflix and Amazon Prime? Because he's just finished Crash and Burn, which Sophie suggested, and Mr. Robot. So he's looking for things. So Brendan and Martin are saying they're unable to start the call for some reason. Seemingly.
Crash and Burn or Halt and Catch Fire?
Catch and Burn. Sophie.
Okay, I recommend Halt and Catch Fire, so I don't know what he's been watching then.
I'm just going to make you solo for a bit so I can sort Brendan and Martin out. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, fine. Well, that's great.
Chat to Darren. Ask people about the things. I'll keep my mic on. There we go.
I can tell you what I've been watching on the Things of the Things. We've been trying to find the. So there's a new thing on. I think it was Amazon Prime, but it's Tom Hiddleston. I probably pronounced the right name incorrectly. And there we go. Thank you so much. Jamie, that's so loud in my ear. The notification works. Thank you, Chris, for your £10. That was really, really nice of you. Thank you so much. So it's Tom Hiddleston and Hugh Laurie, and it's really quite interesting. He's a hotel night manager, and Hugh Laurie is a philanthropist, gun smuggler. So that's been quite interesting, and what have you. I don't know where all the other questions are coming from because there's nothing really coming up on the Facebook feed, which
That's
is what
fine. I can still hear you, Sophie, and I can comment while I'm trying to use Facebook without making a noise.
Okay, it's kind of like a little bit of a noise, but there we go. We're just trying to figure all this kind of the technologies out and stuff and what have you. So yeah, there's been watching quite a lot of stuff on there. I've also been watching the Mandalorian. So happy that started, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone who is kind of into watching it. But oh my god, it's really good. And there's something that happens in the first episode. Was like, right, oh okay. Chris was also agreeing as to how loud the notification was, and it's their pleasure. Thank you so much. It's so kind. Your mouse, Jamie, sounds like a dog that's panting. Not quite sure what's happening there. So that's been quite good. And then there was the second episode that I watched last night, which wasn't quite as good as the first one, but was still really, really cool. And the other thing that I've been trying as well was doing this last night with Dave and with Charlie, is something new that I've been trying to do, which is multiplayer online gaming. So we're playing Dauntless on the PlayStation. So that's quite cool, where we all run around together. We're working as a team, and we go off and we kind of kill various different monsters and things. So that's been really, really good fun and quite an interesting experience, because I'm crap at those kind of games, and luckily the other people that I've been playing with are equally as bad. And it's not kind of ones where you have to go and kind of beat everybody up and suddenly you turn up and then you get shot. So that's quite cool. So what have you all been doing? I know it's kind of like only a few days into lockdown, but if anything that you've all been up to, the kind of things that you've been focusing on, you've been doing more, find yourself kind of doing more walks? Are you in a kind of different situation now with trying lockdown with a new partner, or kind of doing something different? Give us some clues and some things to kind of talk through about and what have you. Cheers. Jamie, how are we getting on?
I just popped back. I have just sent them the link to copy and paste manually to get into the green room.
Because the link you sent me works fine.
Yes.
I was saying, sorry.
They've sent me a link to where they've ended up, or sent me a photo. It looks like they've only copied the front part of the URL. So we will find out if that works. I know they've read it. It turns out when we're in also the complication on using the Mac to do this, when we're sending the links out and stuff, I can't go to become Jamie on Facebook. I'm stuck as F.O.D TV.
Oh, right, okay.
Never had that happen before. So they have read the messages. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get them in for the game. So we're going to ad lib, I suppose.
Is it the same link? Is it the same link you sent me?
Yes.
Well, I wonder if I can send it to them.
I know, I've just done it again.
Okay, cool.
Hang on, do you know what? Oh, unable to start the call. Hang on, what's this? Oh, it's the web browser. No. Or try, if you've got Edge, Brandon and Martin. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to share this on the screen because it's my first compliment of the week. Chris says, loving the new haircut. Yes, it's a little different for me. I can't share the picture that I was basing it on. It was this big butch bear on a bike. Never. But there we go. Joshua's saying, trying to build a website, pain, especially when using CSS. Sophie, you'd understand that, would you?
Yes, no, I know. I don't do front end web development. I'm more sort of like I can do, in terms of all the style sheets and things and what have you. I do a lot more of the kind of responsive stuff around that kind of the middleware and the back end. But no, I feel your pain. That's why we have kind of UX UI people. But as long as you like colouring in, that's obviously what it's all about. But yeah, no, I can feel your pain on that one.
I'm trying to think of another way we can get the boys in the room. They've gone quiet, so I've not had any messages back from them. Keep us updated, boys, because well, I've got my headphones in, so I can't hear if anything comes through now. All I can hear is tinnitus and Sophie right now. So
yeah, they're often confused as the same kind of thing and what have you.
Sorry, say that again, darling.
Obviously confused to be the same kind of thing. The constant sound of ringing in your ear, tinnitus. Or is that if you've got Tintin on auto repeat?
I'm sure I should have listened to that.
Well, that was the whole point of you putting the headphones in, so you can hear what I'm saying and that you don't cause me lots of echo.
Oh, I know what I've done as well. Do you know what I sent them the link earlier?
Did you send them the wrong link?
No, I copied and pasted it, but I remember I typed in a bit before of yours, and it's joined up the link with a word.
Oh no, but I figured that out because then it always going to start with HTTPS.
Oh, I don't know what's happening there.
Well, let me try and
I've got a question for you, Sophie. I'll let you answer it. Do you think it will go back to 10 p.m. curfew after lockdown? What's your prediction, Sophie?
Well, I hope it doesn't. I mean, I don't think there were many of us that really understood why it was 10 o'clock. I mean, if it was at 11 o'clock, then everyone would have gone, okay, fair dues. Yeah, everyone would have been fine because that's how it used to be. Like when I was kind of 18, 19, so like hundreds of years ago, that was, 11 o'clock and 10:30 on a Sunday. And that was kind of how everything was. So for it to be 10 o'clock just seems a bit kind of outrageous. And of course, the knock-on impact that has on the hospitality industry, because for a 10 o'clock finish, you've got to stop serving from about 8:30, 9 o'clock because you can't get your second sitting in. Whereas at least if it was 11 o'clock, you could get a second sitting in. So I hope it is 11 o'clock, but knowing our government, I probably wouldn't be too surprised at all that it's going to be 10 o'clock. It just seems a bit daft. I don't agree that it should be all the way through the night and late bars should carry on till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because all that's going to happen is there's going to be a whole big influx of people trying to get into those places, and then we're back to super spreader events again, so I think it's fair that it's consistent. I just don't agree that it should be 10 o'clock.
It's a bit of a pain, isn't it, the 10 o'clock, because everyone goes home on the same buses at the same time. And the Reading students, are absolutely nightmare in Marketplace.
It's not just the students, though. I've seen the students, I've seen lots of that whole kind of like Friar Street is just absolute. And the police, they're trying to get people to keep in groups of 6 and what have you. Yeah, there's a lot of students there, but it's also a lot of other like people who are not students are being just as much of as everybody else.
It's I mean, Chris also asked, how's it been in the blog over the last few weeks? I mean, obviously I can't talk from a financial perspective, but I guess from a Club F.O.D perspective, we've done very well with our fundraising there on a Saturday. But what F.O.D had before the first lockdown part 1, is very different offering to what we can offer after. We have restrictions, and I dare say that we'll find many towns and cities across the UK when we return on the 2nd of December to the tier system that many won't be in tier 1. I just have this inkling. Call me cynical. It's, I remember last time everyone said it was because we had to get the spy cameras back in the pigeons for lockdown number 1. There was that conspiracy theory. I don't know how people believe that at all. But I did wonder, is it stop Brexit protests because they're making a big announcement on Brexit? Who knows? What are you looking for, a pigeon?
It was just. Dear, oh dear.
It's just the Twitter feeds I follow. So I had an update from Brendan or Martin on WhatsApp. I'm updating Chrome. Try that. No, you've got to press the button. I can't. I just realised I've sent you the link. If it works,
It's fine. These things, right? It's the first kind of attempt at doing this.
See what
I
I can do
mean,
to
bear
fix
in
it. I've
mind,
got
you
the
know, your screwdriver. You just like radio in. It's like just 1 moment. Just we've got them in the lobby. We think they're okay. We think we can do them. But
Let's
yeah,
make sure
you
the
know,
devs didn't fall down before we started. You know what my luck's like.
now that would have made for some interesting viewing if just your entire thing just started collapsing around you. That would have been quite.
It's
quite
IKEA,
funny.
so anything can happen. And obviously, other manufacturers are available. I have to say that.
So IKEA is the modern day version of MFI, basically. Just that it just looks a bit pusher, but it still comes with missing pieces.
Well, I like IKEA. This whole room, well, you can't see it because I got a green screen. Everything is hidden behind. I got a sound effect from somewhere. I don't know where it was from.
Oh, I'm not knocking IKEA. I mean, my TV stand, the bookcases and things, and what have you, the chest of drawers. There's lots of it is IKEA. Years ago, when I was growing up, everything used to be MFI.
So I'm just going to try something, Sophie.
Okay.
Where's the link?
We're all watching. We're all waiting.
Link not working. Try the link I've sent you on. Oh, actually, that would be the message thing.
Shall I send it to them?
Yeah, go on. Well, the link.
The link you. Oh, I've just sat on my headphone cable, and it's tried to pull my ears off. Right. Let me try and get the link. I will sort out the link that Jamie sent me earlier, which is the one that I connected on. Bear with. Jamie, you put yourself on full screen and you can talk about different things.
Oh, I was doing something as well. No, I'm just going to show that you can do it because I've just got in.
No, but if they've the link wrong.
Look.
Oh no, just show how dirty the room is.
Let me just close that. So I have it's working. The link is working, boys. Use any browser is there. All this quiet and silence, it's my life most days actually. I just sent it to you in WhatsApp. I've just realised, boys, that you won't be able to copy and paste that from WhatsApp onto your computer screen.
Oh, right, are they a messenger?
Yes.
Right, I'll go and connect to them on Messenger.
Do you know what? And I actually was just going to go out and get drunk tonight. Then I realised I couldn't. So sad. So Chris, you asked us about the 10 p.m. curfew. What's your opinion? What's your feeling about it? Is it an end of a night too soon for you? Is it meaning that you're, well, not just you, I suppose anyone, is cutting back on their alcohol intake, for example? How's it affecting everyone? Our nightlife, I guess, is so used to going out later. I used to go out at 11 o'clock at night at a weekend because I have a little snooze before I go out. And it's difficult, isn't it? So, the difficulty we've got here is because we had a whole segment that has gone absolutely pear-shaped.
It's fine. This is
Having a
all
bit.
kind of like just kind of learning and what have you. We've got so many different things that we're trying to do all at once.
And it was so
and what
easy
have
when
you.
we had a quiz because I would just press the buttons, press play. But what people didn't realise is that in behind the scenes, it would take us days to get ready for it. And as most of you know, back at work, I have I'm going for a degree now, a law degree. So my time is very, very difficult. Rob saying the 10 p.m. is so early. Used to start the night out at that time. Rob, I would completely agree. The difficulty is, it's the moment you come out, especially on a Friday after work, everyone wants to have dinner and stuff before going out. Chris is saying I think it should go back to normal hours. If you look at the stats, the percentage of cases from bars and restaurants are tiny. They are, Chris. Absolutely no cutting back. It's almost like beer and lager have become the enemy. When COVID, people not washing hands, not wearing masks, not staying 2 meters away are the enemy, really. It's a difficult time, but we'll get through this together, and that's why Club F.O.D exists, to make sure that social isolation, certainly amongst the LGBT plus community, doesn't happen. Mark Young says, to get your comment on the screen, Mark, he's saying 10 p.m. curfew means we go out earlier, then get back early, and fall asleep in front of the telly. You do that anyway, Mark. Agree, 11 p.m. or midnight would be much better. When we came back out of lockdown, it was midnight. It was reduced from 2 to midnight. What I think would work in our town, and it wouldn't, to be fair, knowing Reading, is that pub and clubs should have a staggered closure. So that means, some bars will finish at 10, some at 11, 12, 1, 2. The problem is you'll have groups of people wandering around the town looking for that bar they get the last few drinks in. And I think then, I can only talk from an LGBT perspective. If suddenly I was at a Club F.O.D night and loads of people from Wetherspoons suddenly popped in because their bar shut, it does change the atmosphere. But a solution needs to be found because mental health is so, so important. David is letting us know we're back on his big telly now. Yes, again, they only got big telly. As Kylie only went on for 50 minutes. David, that's dreadful. FOD uncles are joining. Let me just put them in the guest room. FOD uncles should be able to hear us, but we can't hear them at the moment. Sophie, have you got your bit ready for this?
Oh no, I have, yeah.
Watch the next bit fall asleep. We'll chat to them in a moment. But we said we're going to compete, Brendan and Martin, off against each other every week in our new segment, which is called On Your Bike. There we go. That was our new segment. Why am I choking? Let me put the boys on the screen. It'd help if I used a mouse and did that. I want to move them right. How do I move them right? Boys, hello. Have you got a microphone?
It's back to front as well, for fuck's sake.
You're supposed to be in the middle, but for some reason it didn't work. So that's how shoved you on the end. Let me assign you
everything was going so smoothly up until that point.
Oh, yes, of course it was. It's not been a car crash at all.
Or a motorbike crash because Jamie was wearing his slippers when he was on his motorbike.
Yes, I don't always wear slippers. I have got slippers on tonight. Do you know what? This is the skank that I am. I wasn't saying this. I've actually just got tracksuit bottoms from. Actually, they are not from Primark. The TK Maxx. So they're a designer I've never heard of. So, boys, this is Mr. and Mr. Your challenge this week. So we probably need to zoom you back a little bit. Is that possible?
Put it on the laptop. Hang on, we might go upside down for a bit.
I have no idea what he just said.
You might go upside down for a little bit.
Okay, well, if that's
there we
upside
go.
down...
Oh, okay.
Strange thing.
Cool.
So, one of you, we're going to ask questions, while the other one is deaf and blind to what we're asking. And, well, what have you got we can cover one of your eyes or ears with? Well, both of your eyes and ears. I'm not saying you've only got one, but what can we do that with?
Got a pillow.
How long do we have to hold it down for?
All right, so are you asking questions first, or I'm sorry, I was just waving to David.
Brendan, can you just show everyone at home that you now look like a Cyberman?
Move forward.
It's like kink for the
yes, yeah. I can go off like that.
Have you not got a ball gag we could have used?
This is your just getting on the Reading bus. Yeah, but this is just your regular getting on Reading bus look, though, isn't it?
Balls and it can make people gag, but I just not going to put my mouth on fucking speed.
So the idea of this game is that we're going to looks like we're going to ask Martin 6 questions about your relationship. Let's face it, you're always lovey-dovey, loved up, and it's sickening. So we're going to find... if you've just done that so we can hear everything, can't we? Obviously. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you spread COVID.
Yeah, you got the headphones on. Yeah. I have them back at the moment.
Oh, I thought your ears were that big and went down that way. Making friends everywhere I go. Ginger Laurie says, it looks like ITV's Lost Women. I think it is Loose Women.
Are you sure you're blind? You're not blind as well as deaf, you know?
It does say loss, it doesn't say loose. Let's see. So if you look at the screen, it says loss.
No, I know, but you misquoted something earlier, and I don't know whether... Because I thought that Mark was watching something completely different to what I actually recommended.
Okay.
Mark, what?
Asda, what?
He's wearing blue what?
Talk about yourselves.
Who's asking the first question before
You're
my camera decides?
I need
Right,
Brendan
okay.
bound and gagged. It's not the first time I've said that to a man, but it's like, can we get Brendan bound and gagged,
You
please?
need to gag yourself. Put your headphones on. Okay, so we're starting now, yeah?
Apparently we're starting now, yes. So cover
I'm gonna have a
yourself
chat
up, cover your ears,
afterwards.
go out for a smoke.
No, because then we've got to wait for him all this time. Yeah, but look how long it takes him to have a cigarette. He'll end up talking to a mole or something in the garden.
A mole?
Yeah, it's easier if he goes for a smoke. I'll answer the questions.
And then message me and they come back up.
And then somebody messaged him, we finished, he can come back up.
You know there's like a 2-minute delay between what we're doing and what everyone's saying.
It's fine. We can sort it all out. We can sort it all out.
So, Sophie, you'll ask the first question. I'll ask the second question. I'm just writing my questions.
Okay, now we had a bit of a conversation, Jamie and I, about the different kind of questions that we should be asking, and I've been specifically told not to be kind in my questions to you. Is that okay?
Yeah, what a bastard, eh?
I know.
I do apologise for the swearing there on live television.
Oops, sorry, not.
All right, so I'm going to start off with a gentle one first, just to kind of like edge you into the mood.
I like the gentleman stuff, so.
I've heard the opposite. Funny that. Who takes up the most space in bed?
That'd be me, for definitely.
Okay.
The smallest one takes up the most room. I'm like a dog.
I was thinking that as I saw you. Oh, it's my question. Okay. I'm just writing these as we speak, Martin, so I apologise. I've been very busy. So, what would you say is Brendan's worst habit?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't think he's that religious.
Can we come back to that one while I think about it?
No, we can't. It's a game.
Oh.
And
Smelly farts.
Sorry?
Smelly farts.
You're saying that about him.
I was thinking the same thing. What?
He's got real rancid farts at home.
Ginger Laurie, as we know as Lawrence, is asking, is it a list of the worst habits or the top 3?
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Where is the strangest place that you've had sex?
same places everywhere.
I meant
In
location,
bed.
not place. like location, like not just in the bedroom. Like,
Oh, in a tent then.
okay, that's the strangest. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess it's in the field with a bit of fabric just surrounding you and everybody else. Okay, cool, fair enough.
Yeah.
Sophie, I said they say that one. It's spooky.
Protection
I
there from
know,
the
you
elements.
did. You did say that. You did say that.
So Martin, my question for you: what would Brendan say is your best feature?
Feature, as in what?
Well, you're hardly a feature wall for being
Feature, is it your face? Is it your chin? Is it your shoulders? Is it
your smelly
nose?
farts, or...
Is it your stinky, shitty farts?
I would say you would say my face.
Okay.
But that can't be rude, can I?
Oh, people are dropping off by the moment, so it's fine.
You could infer that there was a particular thing that he fancies.
Yeah, my face.
Okay, cool.
Not something you sit down on every day.
Is this the last question now?
This will be your last question, yes.
Yeah.
My one.
Who has the weirdest orgasm face? I can see David laughing in the room. I hope it's what I've just said. I'm not saying what's going on in there.
I would say that's me because I don't usually see his and he doesn't see mine because
you have to keep the lights off.
You said sorry. Did you? You're writing all these down, Jamie? Yes.
Yes, that's why I'm tapping away. You can hear me. Right, 9 to 5.
Okay.
Yes, I don't like the head movement, but there we go. And my last question for you, Martin. I need to message him at the same time. Although that's not even Martin, that's you. I better tell you to come up, Martin. But
yeah,
I can do it. I can do it.
Okay.
I can do it.
So, where would Brendan take you, Martin, for a romantic meal?
Oh. Somewhere in Ireland, I expect.
Could you be more specific?
Cork.
No, that's what we want to put up your bum sometimes. Can we have something else?
No, you might shoot somebody.
They'll be sat down.
Okay,
so
your answer has been locked in.
It has. So, Martin, when Brendan comes up, you don't have to go down because you just can't speak or signal. While we see how many matches. Ginger Laurie's saying that you could go to O'Neill's.
Oh, brilliant. How many do you think? So, Martin, how many do you think out of there were 6 questions? How many do you think, Martin, that Brendan's going to get right?
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
3 or 4. Yeah.
Okay, those on the chat as well. Put your predictions as to how many you think that Brendan's going to get out of those 6 questions. How many of those do you think they're going to get right?
Oh, and by the way, it was no.
Oh, we missed.
No, forget that. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Ginger Laurie says you'll get 0. Right.
You're going to get 0, right? Have you been a dick?
We could get.
Oh,
as
is
many...
he back yet?
Well, I've sent him a message.
Darren's letting us know he'll only get 2 right.
Yay.
So,
Okay.
Martin, if you can go behind Brendan now, that way we can see if you're cheating. We have to do less cheating. Lawrence is saying minus points for this round.
Jamie, I'm just going to top up my drink, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to top my
notes.
Is that okay?
Okay.
But I won't be looking at him anyway. So
Right, we need to get you on in the shop, Brendan.
this is ridiculous. This fucking camera.
It's back to front.
Yeah. Wrong way again.
Oh, there we go.
Right, there we go.
So, Brendan, you have
Yeah.
left the room and you have been wherever away smoking. So we asked Martin 6 questions, and this we'll top it up the points at the end. So Sophie asked, for some reason I didn't put the word Sophie, I put spooked for some reason. Also corrected. Well, I was happy for that. What is your most orange? What?
What?
I've auto-corrected somehow everything I've written. Who takes up the most room in bed?
Oh, fuck that cunt.
Which
And again, people at home, I do apologise for the coarse language that is coming out of the trapdoor this evening.
The profanity
Yeah.
filter is switched off, unfortunately.
The swear button.
No, he absolutely does take up like at least 3/4 of the bed.
Mark Young says this isn't the Hope tap, you know.
Not yet, it's not.
No. So that is a match. You can have that one. Now, I asked Martin, what is Brendan's worst habit? What do you think he said?
Don't know.
Oh, because you're so perfect at everything. No, sorry.
no.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of things I do that annoy him.
Okay, would you like to name one of them? To get a point? Oh, we were supposed to toss a coin, weren't we? Who goes first? Forgot.
Oh, never mind.
This, ladies and gentlemen, if you see Brendan at the Blagrave when we get released, this is how you keep him quiet.
We'll ask him questions.
Well, a mutual thing is our intense farts.
Okay.
Can you do that in English for me, please?
No,
Yeah, it always
wind.
happens. Like,
Yes.
especially like obviously he goes to bed early, like about 7, half 7, and that's always seems to be when I start farting. And he's, oh, for fuck's sake, how can I get to sleep with this shit going on? That sort of thing.
Sophie, tell me what the answer was out of that.
No, he got the yeah, no, he got the answer right. So the bizarrely that Brendan's
that was
worst
like
feature
470 words.
is Brendan's farts, given the fact that Martin is the farting champion of the universe.
Yay! That's when they're out, though.
Yeah,
It was
something
such a
that was-
shock. It was like, are you sure that they're not just yours, that you're blaming on him?
I can be just as bad as him
At home.
Okay.
at home. Yeah, I
That's
can be
good.
bad
Let's
at
do it.
home as well.
Oh, yeah, but then
No, don't do that in the pub. Okay, right, let's moving on to the
Moving
next
on.
question.
Moving forward. So, congratulations. Somehow that was a match. David,
So
just
that's
letting you
2,
know,
yeah?
you're live on channel FOD. Please do not swear. Haha, it's almost right. I'm trying to burp quietly. Sophie asked Martin, where's the strangest place that you had sex?
The straight says, I've had sex. That we've had sex. No, but hang on. I'm 55 for fuck's sake.
I can't believe he's having to think about it.
Yeah, well, like here's a normal.
Well, I did have to think.
I was going to say, normally, yeah, on all of them, Martin, you had a long, hard think.
I was doing more than thinking, so.
I mean,
Is that the
to be
wank?
fair,
You didn't see what my hands were doing.
to be fair, we did actually think these were straightforward questions, but it's fine.
Lawrence is letting us know that you are 55, so you will have to have a think. It's fine. I can put a movie on.
Or do you?
When we were on holidays, something.
I can't tell you anything.
Well, yeah, I know that. But I'm trying to think.
Brendan, this was an hour show. Remember that.
Oh, I don't know.
You could have just said it in the closet. What?
I'll
No, that
pass
was.
on that.
Yeah.
So that is
Okay,
not
so
a
you know-
match. Sophie, would you like to tell him what he did say?
It was in a tent.
Yeah, but it was in a tent. It wasn't outside it. That's not unusual.
No, I know. No, that was the answer. That was the answer. We have to go with the answer.
was
we were
not a
given,
match.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Now we asked Martin, what would you think? Oh, if we asked Martin, what would Brendan say is your best feature?
Are you talking about physical or? Obviously, his sense of humor is fucking amazing.
Well,
He's got a
we'll use
beautiful ass.
physical
as well.
just to speed it up a bit.
He has got a beautiful ass.
That's cool.
Okay.
Very good.
Abs. Did you say abs?
No, ass, bottom.
Oh, the bottom. That
No,
is
as
not a
in he's
match.
got a beautiful ass. Don't worry.
Martin said face.
Just try, yeah.
You said
so
that was going to be your face. Oh, he does though. He has a great smile. Look at that smile.
You can't correct what you said if that's what you're seeing all the time. That's what
He's such a happy
No,
bulldog.
Sophie asked
Have you
if
spat
we,
the wasp out?
Say that again, Sophie.
Don't worry, carry on.
Oh, no, I feel like I missed out on something. Sophie asked Martin, who has the weirdest orgasm face?
You see, I wouldn't think mine is weird. His is. Well, I think it's his.
I can confirm that is a match. So one thinks you don't have the lights on, and one seems to think you do to see these things. How do you know if you don't have, Brendan? Do you have a hand mirror in front of you, just to check if Martin's breathing or something?
But I don't see my own face when I'm orgasming, Jamie. I don't have the mirror.
And everybody's waving to my mother, and she's enjoying this conversation.
You asked me to ask these types of questions, so I did.
I didn't think we were going to be turning into carnal knowledge. And
So is this what we got to look forward to next
Every
week?
week.
no, we're trying to do a different game.
Positions and new locations in lockdown.
Look, we're only 20 minutes over time because it took you 20 minutes to work out how to turn on the camera.
I was going to say questions next week. It'll be kitchen, over a wheelie bin.
That explains when my wheelie bin's gone missing.
Follow the rainbow.
Chase the rainbow.
Would rather not. We asked Martin, where would Brendan take you for a romantic meal?
Probably someplace like Miller and Carter's or Brown's or something if it was in Reading.
Browns, is that your final answer?
But it's not fucking King's Grill now, is it? Yeah.
Oh, there's your strangest place you've had sex. Come out later. We're all like a Jonica about. So you're saying Browns. I'm afraid there isn't a match. You would take him to a Cork. To Cork.
Someplace in Ireland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Be more specific, I said somewhere in Cork.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that only happens once a year. I hope that I'm romantic more than once a year.
No. You'll have to ask your other half about that. And on next week's show, so at the end of that round,
so next week we'll be having a special edition of partner guidance.
It really will be loose women at that point. So, Martin, you scored the match. Well, I don't know how did we score this. I've forgotten.
Well, if they got it
1
right,
point
he
each,
gets
is
the
it?
point. If he got it wrong, he didn't.
There were 3 matches. So
Yeah,
I
there we
got
go.
6 questions. 3 all. Nicole Allen says hello, Sophie.
Hey!
So on this round, because it was such a disaster, we will give you 3 each. Don't look so
Points,
excited.
The surprise, the excitement. It was like, oh my God, really? 3 points? That's it. Oh, okay.
Oh, so let's celebrate.
Excuse me. I have that in the
Brendan, was
Look,
that you
now
again?
we know he's romantic meal. Now that's how they celebrate.
Put a
Okay,
cork in
that's
it
what's
so we can go home for. So no, it's 3 points. So it's 3 points this week, and we're gonna have to see whether Martin scores more than 3 points next week, and whatever the crazy game that we think up by then.
Please send your
I
suggestions
reckon
in.
you could do this again, but ask Brendan the questions.
That's what she just said.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's such an amazing idea. If only I thought of that. Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
if only you did.
That was what was supposed to happen, wasn't it?
It was.
Never
It
mind.
was, but that
Anyway,
was like,
Brendan and Martin,
we didn't take
let
into
me just
account
put you
half an
solo
hour
on the
of
screen
tech.
so you can say goodbye to all the people at home. There we go.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy lockdown. Keep safe. Wash your hands.
There we go. That's the FOD uncles. Let me just exit them out the green room. We got to wave back to them as well. So that was our disaster of a game.
It was just no, come on, like car crash television. Where can you not be? This is like with people that you know as well that are on there, but we have tried our best, and we've tried to entertain. We've had kind of
They were sober,
it's
so
really nice. I know it's really nice for people to come on and kind of catch up with the conversation and things and what have you. It's nice. The idea with the Facebook room, David's in there as well. Let's see if we can bring, if I can bring David into the conversation. So here we go, David. Your voice can now be heard. So David's quiet.
First time for everything. Are you sure? David, and he says, and I can
Hi.
There we go. See, there we are.
No, I've unmuted my microphone now. Hi.
How was Kylie?
Yeah, I have.
David, and he says, and I can
Hi.
There we go. See, there we are.
No, I've unmuted my microphone now. Hi.
Oh, the joy of the echoes.
Disappointed.
Kylie was disappointing. Oh, no. I'm going to have to put you back on quiet because all we can hear is the echo. We'll catch up with you afterwards, David. Thank you very much. Lovely to see you in the room. Hey, Ryan. Hope you're enjoying yourselves over there. So, yeah, I'll switch there. We'll sort out the Facebook room and how that works with the audio because it wasn't quite as we were hoping.
I think we have to remind
with all
people
the
that we didn't know
things.
lockdown was going to happen that quickly. We had to think very quickly on how we would deal with this.
We did. We had to think very, very quickly on our toes and what have you. But, this is first time doing it. We're going to try and kind of come back next week. We'll try and be a little bit more kind of prepared. But we need you to come up with some ideas as well. If there is a little video or something, a little message you want to record, make sure that it's broadcastable message. Okay, so or whether you want to kind of show off one of your skills. We've got to be careful about the music that's played because obviously the Facebook audio police kind of rip things off and what have you. But if there's anything you want to send us, it's a bit like, remember Tony Hart is like, please do send us your pictures, but we cannot promise to return them to you. Maybe we can have kind of like fun things that we can do. So if you've got would headphones work better in rooms? You probably need to have headphones on so that but everything else still has to be muted because the microphone still picks up everything else that's going on. So the double echo would come if you've got the audio on the television or the audio on the laptop. So we're not getting the echo because everything else is on mute, but I've got everything through my wonderful hidden earpieces to make ourselves look all professional, when in fact we do actually have the headphones on. So if you've got any videos,
I had these old things in practice, but I was getting tied up in them.
I can just imagine David saying, "I would have headphones, but you've got them." I know, and we're going to figure out how to get them to you. If you want to send us some pictures of yourselves in lockdown with a little caption, that would be really cool. One of the things that I've seen is quite good. I've not had any chance to prepare, but if you've got a DVD cover or a CD or album cover, and then maybe kind of like hold it up to your face, because then you're being the other half of the picture that's on, and send us those pictures. Joe, send us some things onto the Club F.O.D, and we'll feature them and we can talk about them. And if there's any topics that you want us to talk about, then drop us a line and we can go through and we'll try and kind of have those conversations.
I know that there are a lot of people watching from different sites this evening. We do multi-stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch and Periscope. Because of the nature of the system that I use, I believe there's also people watching from, well, I know because I've seen the comments from my personal Facebook profile as well. So people we won't get every comment that comes through unless you're on the correct source. So basically, if you are watching from my personal Facebook profile, I can't see your comments, but I'll have a good look afterwards. Robert Cremins just sent me a message. He said to let us both know it was a good first show, so thank you for that, Robert. But we do have a schedule of activities and events taking place, and this will widen as we get more people involved in this whole project that we're trying to do. Let me bring up the overlay on the screen. So Wednesday, we have Coffee Club. So if you haven't joined Cafe F.O.D, please do. It's one of the groups on the main Club F.O.D Facebook page. That's Wednesday at 7. It's our Facebook room. It's a lot easier. We're not streaming, so it makes a lot more sense. On Friday, you've got me doing Wake's Week. Turns out it's more of a roast and ask me lots of questions, which is fine. And then we'll be back with next Saturday at 8 p.m. Be part of the lockdown listings. We're looking for live streamed and pre-recorded LGBT plus content to entertain people at home. We know that it's a lockdown where we don't want people locked out. We'll provide all the technical support if needed. Just send us a message. And remember, the correct Facebook page for any virtual thing that we do is which is the page we're on now, I hope. So, Sophie, how are you feeling after your first time doing this with us together? From distance?
No, absolutely fine. So I think you faded out on the audio on there. So it's FOD TV. Was that the place? TV. The last?
Facebook.com/FOD TV is our big project, and we need you because you are the stars of our show. You make the conversation happen. So to everyone that has watched, it's a goodbye from Sophie.
Bye!
I was going to do that thing they used to do it for Game for a Laugh, but it didn't work. I was going to say goodbye from Sophie, and Sophie's going to say, "Oh, it's a goodbye."
And it's a goodbye from that one.
So thank you very much for joining us. We hope that you have enjoyed it. We love it live because things don't go right. It's not slick, and that's part of the beauty of doing things live. As we do. Mark Young is just letting us know, remember that we have quiz on future Mondays, not this Monday, but Gordy will be here the Monday after with the quiz that he's been doing at the Blagway. So look after yourselves, take care, keep being fabulous, and remember, spread the love and not the germs. And we will leave you with this.